up next and brought to you by the Jolly Funeral Home. Here's Kevin.
Thank you, Steve. What are you smiling about over there? Huh? That's an inside joke, right? All right. Our guests on News Extra today, we're going to talk about Safe Kids Day. And Maunette Loeks is here along with Michelle Weimer, who's driven all the way from Sydney, although you stayed at a friend's house last night, right?
I did.
Yep. All right, very good. So we'll have Maunette on here real fast, so we'll get you the mic there. And we're going to talk about Safe Kids Day, and then we're going to talk about a big missionary fundraising event with Ray Richards here in just a few minutes as well. He's over there on the wings, so to speak. All right. Okay, Maunette, Safe Kids Day is coming up tomorrow over at the Gering Civic Center, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You've been working on this pretty hard, huh?
Well, it's a lot easier the second year.
Yeah, the second year you're doing it.
Because I know a little bit more about what's going on. But yeah, we've got a lot of people coming, a lot of groups coming, and of course we'll be doing the car seat safety checks.
All right. Car seat safety check, that's what this is all about. Describe why it's so important for people to know how to put their car seat in correctly. Because a lot of people, they think they're putting it in right, but they really don't. Right?
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of little things that you can do that will throw off the way that your car seat is installed. And of course, you want your seat to be as safe as possible for your child because they'll protect them. Even just placing a towel underneath the car seat, I know that can decrease the safety of your seat. And if your seat is installed correctly, that can reduce by more than half the risk of fatal injury to your child in the event of a car crash.
All right. So last year you guys did some checks, and there were more people. You had what, about 100 people there last year?
We had 100 people last year. We checked 100 car seats last year.
Okay, and you had about a 25% correct percentage?
Yes, about
of the people that had car seats in their cars?
Yeah, and that was pretty good for, we've had some years, or Michelle has had some years where they've been up to 100% installed incorrectly, but, when we say that there's 25%, only 9 out of those 100 car seats were installed correctly.
All right. So one of the things you're going to have is the State Patrol Convincer thing there, and what does that do?
Well, the seatbelt convincer is the ride that he has where you can ride and it rockets forward and you get the jolt from the seat from an impact with the car seat.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's the seatbelt convincer. I've ridden in it a couple times and it sure is shocking.
Okay. Yeah, I know they have a seatbelt one too, and I don't necessarily do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, hand the mic over to Michelle
here
real quick. Now, you kind of started this whole thing, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, the Safe Kids thing, and you not only have them here, but you have them probably in Sydney and all over the place, right?
We do. This is the longest annual event that we have all over.
Yeah. All right. So why did you get involved with this? Obviously, because you have kids, and you know that this situation exists where people don't put in their car seats very well, right?
I did when my girls were 6 months old. I took a class on car seat safety and realized that although I have a master's degree, my car seats were completely installed incorrectly. So it is harder than it looks.
Yeah, it is, because you have to get it in the right spots and so forth. So hopefully people will learn tomorrow exactly what to do here. And there's some other things you guys are going to provide. You're going to do a bicycle rodeo, am I right?
Correct.
And what other, people can get, there's a helmet giveaway as well.
There are helmets. We have the ID booth with the Sheriff's Department. There's poison safety. There's just fun activities for all the kids. The fire departments will be there. The police department will have their K-9.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and the best point about this whole event that started with Gering Civic Center is that it's free. So it's all free, fun family activities, and you're educational at the same time.
Right, and you don't have to, you don't have to be there very long. It's 10 to 2. You got a 4-hour window tomorrow over at the Civic Center. You guys going to be in the parking lot? Is that where you're going to be?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to be in the parking lot. And if people need a new car seat, if they need a new car seat, and theirs is kind of old, you'll have car seats available. Right?
We do. And a lot of times people don't understand that you shouldn't use car seats that come from a garage sale or that are secondhand seats if you don't know the history of the seat. So we do have seats available just for a low-cost donation.
Yeah.
Or sometimes kids are outgrowing their seat and they need to get changed to a different seat. So we'll
Okay.
have those available.
All right. Capstone will be there for giveaway stuff, demonstrations in regards to Shaken Baby and Meth Baby simulators and things like that. So this whole idea is to keep your child safe, whether they're in the car, on a bicycle, in the home, no matter what. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. All right. So 10 to 2 tomorrow over at the Gering Civic Center, the 11th annual Safe Kids Day. I think we pretty much covered it. You want to name some of your other sponsors here real quick?
Yeah, we had a lot of people who stepped up and helped us. We had a donation from Walmart. We've also got U.S. Bank, Valley Bank, Platte Valley Bank, Panhandle Co-op, the Gering Kiwanis, First State Bank, Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, Renza, and Safe Kids Worldwide were among the sponsors that have really helped us to put this event on. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do
And
it.
of course, Gering Kiwanis Club is a big sponsor, right?
Exactly.
All right. Very good. How's the judge doing, by the way, before I take a break and
He's
get to
good.
Ray here? He's doing fine?
He's doing fine.
All right. I haven't seen him for a while, so
That's a good thing.
So tell
It
that's
is.
probably that's probably good.
It is
I
a
mean,
good
it's probably
thing.
good. I don't need to see him in his court. So anyway, all right. Well, tell him
Thanks,
hi
Kevin.
for us. All right. Thank you. All right. We'll be
Thank
back
you.
with Ray Richards right after this.
Personal.
Yeah, that is probably a good
He's good. I'll tell him you say hi.
All right. I got cups out there for you guys too.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
so kind of hang around just a couple minutes.
All right.
Professional
All right.
and personal attention to every detail in the planning process. We also offer
All right, bud.
advanced planning as
Get
a
in there.
continuation to our services. That's Jolliffe Funeral Home. Our family
You
serving
know,
your
try not to
family
go
for
to
3 generations.
You got a cold?
the end of it.
All right, we are back on News Extra, and Ray Richards is here, and we're going to discuss a big event your church is having here.
It's
soon.
huge. It's
A
huge.
huge event.
It's huge, Kevin. A week from tomorrow, on October 6th, our church is going to be having a hog roast. We'll be up in on our parking lot at the church at Central Church of Christ in Gering most of the morning, cooking a pig, several actually. And that afternoon, we'll be having pulled pork sandwiches and things of that nature at our church parking lot, inside the church. We'll
Yeah.
be civilized how we eat.
Okay.
And what we're doing is this is our kickoff for our annual Harvest of Talents, which is coming up later in the month. And so on Saturday morning, we'll fire up our smokers and whatnot and start cooking this food. And then we'll be relaying the food into the kitchen. That afternoon, about 2 o'clock, we're going to start with some contests and some trivia things and some stuff for kids there at the church. And then at 4 o'clock, I know you'll be there for this. It's a pie auction. And as a lot of people know, in our area, in your footprint of KNEB, we have some incredible pie artists that are out there of German, Russian, Scandinavian background and whatnot. I mean, these people can cook. So we're going to have some of those pies up for grabs. And, of course, the monies, all of the monies, the proceeds from those funds, everything go to these missionaries that we work with. And then we have another big banquet later in the month with that. So that'll be at Central Church of Christ. That's on Highway 71. Okay, at 5 Rocks. 10th and M Street. A lot of people remember that. You head out towards the monument and you get out to the highway at M and 71, and there's a church right there on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get to the monument, you went too far, and if you end up at the Lutheran church going south, you went too far. So we're right in
Right there at the corner.
right there. That's the triangle right there.
Okay. All right. These missionaries you work with. Describe we got about another minute and a half or so here. Describe what kind of work they do.
Well, fortunately for me, in the several years that I've been around the planet, I was able to associate with Dr. Paul and Dr. Alice Baker. Mm-hmm. And they got Platte Valley Bible College going years ago, and now it's called Summit Christian College, and they did a lot of work on training missionaries. And over the years, there isn't a place on our planet that the sun doesn't set, that the area of Scottsbluff and Gering doesn't have some influence there in the spiritual lives of a lot of people that live there because of kids and people, now families, who have gone through our area colleges, Frontier School of the Bible, and things of that nature. And we have a group that we actively support at Central. And what we do is we pony up all of this money here for these couple of events, and then we take it and we divide it by that number, and then everybody gets an extra check, because as a lot of churches do, every month they send them something. So this is like another month in the year for them. So this is like an extra gift that they get to use for tires, medicine, whatever they see the need for on their side of the table.
All right. So once again, give us the date again and the time this all starts. It's next week, not this weekend, next week.
No, tomorrow's Safe Kids Day.
Yeah, Safe Kids Day tomorrow.
Next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, will be this hog roast out at Central Church of Christ in Gering. You'll smell the aroma. I mean, it's going to just fill the valley. You thought the fog was intense this morning, Steve. This hog roast is going to be awesome. Wayne Dillman's going to be helping us cook. Kelly Bean has helped us with some of the beans and things. It's just going to be a neat deal. So mid-afternoon, start showing up over there at the church, pie auction, and then we'll start feeding you about 5.
All right. Good deal.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for coming in.